Welcome back to Budget Wargamer. We're going through the Anvil Industry Afterlife Republic, and this is actually the Grenadiers. This is a special set I bought that was outside of the starter box. And one of the special models here was the Grenadier character. We're pretty sure he's nameless, but there he is, just a single pose. So only picked up one of him. Just figured for like the $6 or $5 that he was, may as well grab him. All the models come with a 25mm slotted base. They're not the GW ones, but they're like an exact replica of that type of base. So nothing special there. We'll go ahead and weed those out. Now at first glance, these guys are probably going to look a lot like the Republic Commandos, and I thought the same thing at first too. It's going to be hard to see here in these details, but I highly encourage you go on to anvilindustry.co.uk. Check them out for yourself. There's actually quite a bit that's different about them in their armor. These guys are a little bit more heavily armored than the Republic Commandos, and their uniforms are just ever so slightly different. I love how they base in a lot of the rubble here on the sprues. Just like random junk you can glue down, a lot of Warzone trash. And these guys have very dynamic poses. You know, the legs, we've got some kneeling. And I think out of a squad of 10, it looks like we've got 10 totally different lower halves. And those lower halves are compatible, if you're careful. They're compatible with the regiments. But what you kind of have to notice is that what's different about, or what I've learned is different about the regiments versus the Afterlife, is that in the Afterlife models, the belt is part of the torso. And on the Regiments models, the belt is part of the legs in the Afterlife models. The belt is part of the torso on the Regiments models. So if you put them together, even though they're of the same scale, you're going to end up with guys that are double belted. Or you're going to have to sand something down and just kind of deal with that. So let's take a look at these one-piece upper halves. We've got a slightly different helmet and mask setup compared to the Republic Grenadiers. Different armor, really strong back carapace. Kind of remind me of Casterkin. I mean, I don't know anybody that can really look at these and say they don't look like Casterkin. Probably why I liked them so much, since I think I bought 60 or 70 Casterkin back in the early 2000s when those came out. But then they've got like an auto shotgun and a underslung grenade launcher type of weapon built in, which makes them the Grenadiers. So, and they've got opticals with most of their weapons. But they come in dynamic poses. Even for being just like two-piece models, you'd be surprised how many different combinations you can come up with. This one here is the Sergeant. So you can see it's like a bullpup style rifle with the ammunition in the back of the buttstock, and then the grenade, like a 40mm grenade, I assume, type of grenade launcher with a magazine for itself. And that's the Sergeant body. He comes with two options for the left arm here. You can get one where he's holding a pistol out, getting ready to bust a cap. Another one where he's given like an order to hold. And then you could go ahead and chop the hands off if you really wanted to, because there's another pistol there. And then stick a knife in his hand just in case he feels like stabbing someone in the neck with a butter knife or fisticuffs. Dave Chappelle, my boy. And yeah, just again, really impressed with these. These are going to be super easy to put together, really rewarding to paint, because the level of detail in these guys, for being resin, I mean, resin's known for holding detail in miniatures, and Anvil Industry doesn't disappoint with these models, that's for sure.